Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Uh-oh. The Hatelens are going to be so angry. Another achievement, another milestone, well deserved for Caitlin Clark. She has been named to the AP's greatest women's college basketball players first team. First team. Caitlin Clark, Iowa. Candace Parker, Tennessee. Cheryl Miller, USC. And of course, we have to get at least two players from UConn, right? That I'm sure that was part of the deal with AP. Brianna Stewart and Diana Taurasi. Brianna Stewart and Diana Taurasi. Paige Beckers is not on this list. But of course, shockingly, and we'll check out the others. By the way, if you don't notice, there's no Paige Beckers here at all, anywhere. We've got Sue Bird, Dawn Staley, of course, Maya Moore, Shamika, Shamik, Sham, Shamik, I always want to say it with a hard K, but anyway, Holdsclaw, Louisa Harris, and the reserves, Ann Myers Drysdale, Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Leslie, Brittany Griner, and Asia Wilson. And then, of course, this made a few people just a little upset. We'll start off with this. Four of them won titles, i.e., Caitlin Clark did not win a title. The UConn players don't matter. Of course, Caitlin Clark is also the only one. For those of you that don't know back in the day when Cheryl Miller played, how good USC was, and for those of you that don't know Candace Parker at Tennessee and the program that they had as well, really the only one of the only other programs to compete with UConn, and of course, that was Pat Summitt at Tennessee, longtime coach there, incredibly successful, done so much for the women's game of basketball. Phenomenal coach. And then there's Caitlin Clark, who stayed home, went to Iowa, didn't go to one of these blue blood basketball schools, which, there aren't many now. It's pretty much UConn for the most part, but there's a couple here and there. Didn't go to one of those, chose to stay home, chose to be the shoulders to lift up an entire program, to lift up all the players around her. And I promise you this, and this is not a criticism in any way, shape, or form. Kate Martin is in the WNBA because she was lucky enough that Caitlin Clark went to Iowa. Now, again, that's not with criticism. Kate Martin is a talented player. Kate Martin has worked extremely hard to stay in the league. But I think we can all agree that if the one thing you changed about Kate Martin's time at Iowa was that Caitlin Clark decided not to go there, Kate Martin would not be in the WNBA. That's the kind of impact that Caitlin Clark has had. She's uplifted an entire program, put it on her shoulders, and then did things that no other player has done. But of course, we have to get things like four of them won titles, and not alone in that, because that's of course what they're going to do to everything. How did AP mess this one up? Stewart is the runaway winner of the best women's college player everywhere. Kevin Merriweather, respect, your IQ is very low, or maybe you're just deeply ignorant of women's college basketball, just deeply ignorant of sports in general, because winning a title does not equal great player. Not winning a title does not equal bad player. Oh, and by the way, of course, welcome back to the channel. Really do appreciate it. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. So I guess we'll call it a false start on me. I'll just throw this in real quick. I meant to do it at the beginning. We can't celebrate for hitting 14,800 subscribers because a few of you decided that you were going to unsubscribe from the podcast. So we were back down under 14,800. I, of course, blame Ben Daniel because he actually sent me a message and congratulated me on the 14,800. And then a little bit later, we were back down below 14,800. So, hey, if you have been enjoying the content and you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I promise it won't hurt. Smash the like button while you are at it. But this reminds me of something I've said to my players that I've coached at times. Um, when things are stacked in your favor, as they are, of course, say for a Brianna Stewart, Paige Beckers, and going to UConn, it doesn't make you a winner, and it doesn't make you great as an individual player. Now, when everything is stacked against you and you fail to win, it doesn't make you a loser. It certainly doesn't make you a bad player. Real winners can and do lose, but they never stop fighting with everything they have, and they uplift those that are around them. And Caitlin Clark taking Iowa to two straight national championships, for me, in my opinion and understanding of basketball, is a far greater accomplishment than Brianna Stewart winning four titles at UConn with the players she had around her when they could sleepwalk through a game and be winning, 102 to 37 against the competition they were playing. It is absolutely absurd to say, "Oh, Caitlin Clark doesn't belong on the top team for college basketball players simply because she came one game short twice of winning a title while playing for Iowa." Absolutely absurd. And there we go. Clark is not on the first. Maybe reserves. If we're going by personal accomplishments, then Kelsey Plum, who held the record before her, should be on there. But wait, held the record before her? Absolutely wild. But let's talk about a few things, shall we? I mean, we can talk about things like all-time NCAA Division One leading scorer, men's or women's, most career three-pointers in Division One history, 548, Big Ten all-time leader in points and assists, first Division One player, men's or women's, to score at least 1,000 points in two different seasons, only player in NCAA history to lead her conference in both scoring and assists in four consecutive seasons. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't looked in a while, but I believe she led the nation in scoring and assists three consecutive seasons. And to add to that all-time scorer, she's also third all-time in assists, all-time leader in 30-plus point performances in major college basketball with 56. First player to record a 40-point triple-double in an NCAA tournament game. First player in NCAA tournament history with three career 40-point games. Most points scored in a single season in NCAA women's basketball history. I believe it was 1234. 1,000 plus career assists and 850 plus rebounds, which is an insane all-around statistic when you put her points in there as well. No one else has come anywhere near that. Unanimous first-team All-America selection, two-time AP Player of the Year in 23 and 24, two-time Naismith College Player of the Year in 23 and 24, two-time John R. Wooden Award, two-time Wade Trophy, three-time Nancy Lieberman Award, which is given to the nation's best point guard, three-time Dawn Staley Award, WBCA, which is the Women's Basketball College Association All-American four times, USBWA, the Basketball Writers Association All-American four times, Freshman of the Year in 2021. And by the way, she was Player of the Year freshman year. That was a participation trophy for Paige Beckers. It's clear when you look at the numbers and you look at who they played with and against. That was when everyone wanted so badly for Paige to be the chosen one, and so they gave her that award, but she absolutely did not deserve it. Didn't deserve it. Just no, she didn't. Okay, so I don't want to hear any other nonsense from any of you. But anyway, congratulations to Caitlin Clark. This is just a great reminder of the career he had, and I gotta give credit, and maybe they did it because I think it's unanimous. I mean, anonymous. But I have to say, a little part of me is shocked that the AP actually put her. I believe it's also former players too, right? I think it's a combination of things in play that they actually put Caitlin Clark on the first team, not because she doesn't deserve it. Clearly, she does. But the fact that they still did it is absolutely kind of a little bit wild to me. And a parting comment, and this is what's so crazy. Like growing up, never even noticed any stuff like this. But now it's shoved down our throats all the time from the other direction, that it's a little bit fun just to point out, just because I know it upsets so many people, because all I've heard since Caitlin Clark got into the WNBA is how awful her fans are, talking about skin color and talking about sexuality preferences and all this nonsense, and talking about how the league is made up of certain categories and it's their league, right? Renee Montgomery say, y'all not like us? Y'all not like us? Well, I'm just saying, look at the tan level on three of the five players on the first team. And let's be fair, there's at least one more has got a lot of that as well. But I'm just saying, for those who say y'all not like us and it's our league and all this other nonsense. Anyway, smash the like button. I do appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel. Maybe we'll get back past 14,800 running on that treadmill. Oh, I didn't do it last video because I didn't have it up, but my uh 10 underrated horror flicks that you got to see if you like horror video is up. So I will link that in the first comment below. I'll pin it to the top if you're interested in that sort of thing. If you're interested in entertainment stuff, go subscribe to that channel as well. Go have a fantastic day. I'll talk to you later.